are going to be flooded.
CordellCordell.com. Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Companies. If you thought you missed your chance to refinance and save, think again. Mortgage rates have recently dropped below 3%, and Rocket Mortgage can help you save big. You can lower your monthly payment and prepare yourself for a better financial future, but you've got to act now. Call us today at 833-8-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com. Rocket. Conditions apply. Housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Our first plan to spice up the NFL season was to add man-beating Tigers to the game. We lost a lot of great players that day, and that was my bad. Now I'm bringing you the Season Sportsbook app. It's got live in-game betting, parlays, and season rewards. It's even better than Tiger Ball.
Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Gambling Disorder Helpline at 1-800-270-7117.
For many homeowners, your crawl space is a place you never go, or maybe only when it's absolutely necessary. It's nasty, wet, and moldy, or maybe your floors are sinking. Well, it doesn't have to stay that way. Encapsulating your crawl space with Foundation Systems of Michigan's exclusive system keeps moisture out, protecting your home and making it more comfortable. Stop living over an unhealthy crawl space. Call the experts at Foundation Systems of Michigan for your free inspection.
Football season's here, and pro roofers save valuable time with Beacon Pro Plus. Beacon Pro Plus works 24/7 for material ordering, order history, and automated promotion tracking, so you can get your favorite GAF roofing products even when working remotely. And now, order on Beacon Pro Plus and get a $175 gift card and a chance for a VIP pro football getaway. Gear up and raise your game with Beacon Pro Plus today. Build, score, and win at BECN.com.
Here's why I enjoy sports betting. It kind of gives you some skin in the game, as BetMGM likes to say.
You know you're a sports bettor when you're tuning in to watch a UConn football game. Start your day with a daily tip with Michael Jenkins and Chelsea Messenger from BetQL. It's some bad football, but if you have some skin in the game, maybe you got some money on it, all of a sudden you're invested in it, and then you look at the games from a different perspective.
If you want that adrenaline rush, you get a little piece of it.
Michael Jenkins and Chelsea Messenger with a daily tip, 6 to 9 a.m. Eastern from BetQL.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with families on vacation and questionable odds. Then there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Crack a cold one and get game day ready with all your country favorites. Tailgating Crashers, the new Odyssey exclusive station. Check out the Odyssey app today. I knew I wanted breakfast food. Well, I decided I would basically make a pulled pork and egg sandwich.
I got a cinnamon raisin bagel. I roasted that. I had pulled pork and I put Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce all over it. I scrambled eggs and put cheese on the scrambled eggs. And I made it a sandwich and I tried it out, and it's probably one of the best things I've ever had in my life.
You know what? It sounds.
You can put eggs on anything, and it's breakfast.
But it sounds delicious, and you know, bacon is a breakfast food, part of the pork family.
Yes.
So you got that going, which is nice.
Part of the pork family.
Well, I got right yesterday on the
Pork,
pizza
so it's
thing.
breakfast, man. It's pork.
What?
I said it's pork, so you might as well call it breakfast.
Yeah, I know that. I think that's genius, actually. Nice job.
Like I said, I've been having it 2-3 times a week. And then I got one more thing I wanted to say. You guys were doing the who's a rival player that you couldn't help but to love.
Yeah.
Mine was I'm a Michigan and I'm a Lions fan. I couldn't help but to love AJ Hawk, who was an Ohio State Buckeye and a Green Bay Packers linebacker. I couldn't help it, man. The guy was just electric. All the way around. Every way around, the guy was electric. He had this play against the Saints where he just made a complete play of athleticism. He completely hurdled a guy to bat a ball out the way, and they called the false pass interference, and I couldn't help it. I was always a fan. But thanks, guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Mike.
Didn't AJ Hawk marry Brady Quinn's sister, or did Brady Quinn marry AJ Hawk's sister, or something like that?
Yeah, I think that it was Brady Hawk, or
Brady
Quinn's sister.
Yeah. All right, it's time to address it because the ticket texters have been out in full force this morning.
Yeah.
The music here. Okay, now we put in a request to get the music lowered. Crickets on that.
Yeah.
Nobody's responding in terms of doing it. It's out of control right now, and exactly. And I saw Greg doing the air guitar on Zoom. I mean, it is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's different.
Just yes or no. Do you like it? Yes or no ticket text.
We have music in the background all over.
Yeah. What was the show that you used to do that? Was it Pharrell?
Pharrell, I think.
Yeah.
We're on the bench instead of...
Yes. But Layla seems amped.
Yes. Well, John was doing a live read for Chrysler there, playing Bob Seger like a rock in the background. So it was almost like a
Chevy theme song,
it was almost like a plant from General Motors.
People in ticket texts reference the Bruce songs when they're in the background. It's like Stony have Turge going right now.
We'll do name that tune as well. If you know the tune, hit us on ticket text.
Predict the next song.
Let's see. Love Layla. Here's getting back to the food. Every time we go out to get breakfast in the cold months, I get a cup of soup before my breakfast, occasionally chili. It's so good. Also, just past the White Castle and left. Anthony.
Well, it's soup. You know me, I can eat soup. But soup for breakfast. I mean, I would do it if I had to, but no.
Yeah. Here's one.
You know what a ski lodge, if it's really cold.
I've got no problem with it. It's no different than having a hot cup of coffee in the morning. Just a little
Cream of wheat.
Yeah.
I used to have to get cream of wheat as a kid.
Cream of wheat. I still have cream of wheat now. Cream of wheat, grits, oatmeal.
I used to love cream of wheat when I was a kid. Hated oatmeal, but I used to love cream of wheat.
Yeah, a little butter, a little maple syrup on there.
A little sugar in there.
Yeah.
A lot of sugar in there, actually. I'm a sugar fiend.
Here's one I doubt you've had. This one's from Dale in Troy. Dear Heart, as soon as you take it out. not on the Stony. It's not in the pork family.
No,
It's not a Red Dawn reference, is it? Remember that movie? Didn't they eat the...
Well, that's kind of a tradition sometimes when you kill a deer, especially in the morning. You take the heart out.
Heather and I have this encounter. We ain't having Bambi's heart for breakfast.
No, never. Nope. I don't even want to see it. No, it stays. I wish it was still beating inside that little Bambi. That's my wish.
Trying to see what else we got here. Talking about your parlay, my 4-leg parlays hit on the Eagles-Bucks game with the 2-point conversion by Hurts. I had Hurts and Fournette for touchdowns, Antonio Brown over.
I had a 3-leg parlay.
Yeah.
The Eagles, the Dodgers, and the Wings plus a goal and a half.
And I had a 3-team with with the Eagles, the Dodgers, and the over in the Red Wing game, which hit halfway through the second period.
I know. The overs were crazy in hockey, like we were talking about earlier. I mean, there were goals and goals and goals. You're watching, the circuit or sports book, you have tons of, television screens watching all these games, and there's just goals going all over the place. It was nuts.
We said this earlier about the Circa pool, but the Circa sports book too Derek nailed it. I mean, it is perfect. And the place, it was like a stadium last night. The effect that people cheering and stuff, because there were so many.
Vince Papali was there.
Oh yeah.
Vince Papali was there.
I know, he showed up everywhere last
Did he come over and say hi to you?
No, he didn't.
Me and Stoney have been on many journeys in life, worked together for a long time, and we're walking through Circa yesterday before we go to the pool, and I point and I look over, and it's a Vince Papali jersey sitting playing blackjack.
Signed.
And Stoney looks at me and goes, "You can't make that up."
No.
You can't. Because you hate Vince Papali, because the movie's not exactly real.
I don't hate him. I just won't see the movie.
Because every movie's supposed to be exactly real.
Exactly. Especially sports movies.
Fact checker.
All right. Coming up after Chris Villar's update, it's time for our picks. 97.1 The Ticket.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Mother Waddles. A tough end to the Red Wings' first game of the season. The Lightning roaring back in the third period with 3 goals in the final 7 minutes to tie the game, then win it in overtime 7-6. Detroit had a 3-goal lead at 2 points during the matchup. They were led by Tyler Bertuzzi, hitting the back of the net an impressive 4 times at Little Caesars Arena.
I thought we played, pretty good, and it was back and forth. It was a good game, and couple little mistakes that cost us, but overall, I thought we worked hard and we played not bad. It was just a tough loss at the end.
The 2021-22 campaign for the Wings beginning with a record of 0-1. Lions missing one of their very productive offensive weapons in practice on Thursday. Running back Jamal Williams dealing with a hip injury. He's been leading the Lions in rushing with 244 yards, 2 touchdowns on 55 carries so far. Meanwhile, left tackle Taylor Decker progressing, trying to work back into team drills while wearing a cast on his hand to protect his injured finger. The Pistons set to play their final exhibition tonight at home. They'll take on the 76ers at 7 o'clock from LCA. Meanwhile, Thursday Night Football ended with a 28-22 final score, with Tampa Bay defeating the Philadelphia Eagles. Some betting fans a little perturbed that Philadelphia decided to go for 2 and cover by a point or half a point, depending on where you bet. The Dodgers will face the Braves in the NLCS after defeating the Giants 2-1 on the road to San Francisco for a deciding Game 5. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar, 472-97 on The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Thank you, Chris. And you mentioned that, the Eagles going for 2 really pissed some people off. The line we had, we bet it at 7, but it was at 6.5 for a good portion of the day, so that definitely affected, worst comes to worst, they would have gone for 1 of a push. They also missed a field goal early, not early in the game, early in the fourth quarter that could have made them cover 2. But actually, I'm going to be really pissed off at Tampa for taking a knee with 2 minutes, taking 4 straight knees. Wow.
That game last night was a dichotomy of taking a dog.
Yeah.
Getting points in your pocket, because the Eagles never should have covered that spread.
No.
It seemed like Tampa was going to win, I think, 35-7.
Yeah, it was 28-7 before we even knew it.
By the way, Richard Sherman, I think he's toast. I think he's done. I mean, he was hurt. People were suggesting or watching these. You think he just got burnt and fake being hurt because he looked so bad.
He did. I would be shocked if a guy faked being hurt.
I know. All right, it is time for news. Now, here's Heather.
All right, so the Monroe County Sheriff's Office is actually investigating an armed robbery by suspects who identified themselves as sheriff's deputies. So this happened on Thursday. 4 people forced their way into someone's home. They tied up their residence, they ransacked the house, and as they were doing it, they said they were the Monroe County Sheriffs. Thankfully, nobody inside the house was physically hurt. When all 4 suspects fled the scene, the victim called 911. The investigation is still ongoing, but very, very, very scary, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Hey, this is cool. Channel 4 entire live broadcast from a skateboard.
And so Mr. Premium is going to be out here every single Monday and Wednesday skateboarding with everyone and trying his best to basically show them exactly what to do. As far as Chandler's Skate Park, they'll be done in about the next 10 days or so. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Victor, you are so cool. He's so cool.
Yeah, everybody at home's like, oh, I wonder how... That's live, folks.
Look at him go.
I told you, I wasn't kidding when we say, Victor, how many years you've been skating yourself?
Oh, yeah. A long time. It's been about, I don't know, since I was 8 years old, so I let it.
That's right. You just blew Karen's mind. She was way down.
I knew it was cool, but that's a whole new level.
Really good stuff, Victor.
So he posted...
I saw that. It was great. Karen Drew was like out of her mind.
It was great. I mean, he actually has some, you can tell he's got a lot of skills, especially to be able to pull off a live broadcast, looking at the camera while also skateboarding and doing some tricks at the same time. He posted that clip to his Twitter. It's been seen over 1 million times, tons of likes. He's going viral everywhere, so good for him. It's pretty cool. I wish I knew how to skateboard. I think it's a cool sport. Like, I think it's a cool sport.
It's a skill more than anything else, more than a sport, I would say.
Well, it's in the Olympics, so I'll say it's a sport.
That's true. You're right.
It's now in the Olympics. It definitely takes some athleticism.
Oh,
Yes.
no doubt.
More than an eating contest. So,
Yes,
Hey.
thank you very much.
Those are the competitors, they train.
Terrific point.
if
Victor
competitive
Williams.
eating is a sport, skateboarding is a sport.
I 100% agree with you.
Guys, you just don't know athletics.
Always at the beach boys.
Robert Durst, you might have heard this, was sentenced to life in prison on Thursday for murdering his friend Susan Berman more than 20 years ago. So he is 78 years old. He was found guilty last month of first-degree murder for shooting Berman. This was point blank in the back of the head in her LA home. This happened just before Christmas in 2000. And prosecutors argued that he killed her to stop her from telling police about this fake alibi she provided for his wife, who disappeared back in 1982. Now, you might have watched the big documentary back in 2015, The Jinx. That was huge at the time. I remember watching it. I was glued to the television during that documentary. So his sentencing came years after that. And it was believed that at the end of that documentary, he confessed to killing everyone. And then he also killed his neighbor and was never sentenced to that. Remember, he dismembered this neighbor's body, but he was never sentenced for murder. It was like self-defense. Anyway, he doesn't look very good. I believe he's ill. He definitely looked ill if he's not, but he'll be going to jail for a very, very long time. This story is awesome. This could be, I don't know, the greatest senior prank ever, because it's very, very elaborate. So this kid is definitely going to go places. He's lucky he's not going to jail after pulling off this prank. So he's a high school senior in Illinois, and he recently pulled off this Rick Roll prank. And basically for a Rick Roll, it's where you trick somebody into watching Rick Ainsley singing Never Gonna Give Up. And he did it by tricking everybody in the entire school district. And he did it all at the exact same time. So this happened actually back in April, but we're just hearing about it now. He hacked into the school district's network, and then he played a video on every single television screen and projector at 6 different schools. Every single screen, 6 schools. I mean, he knew what he was doing. He wrote a big blog post about it. He said that he'd been working this prank out for years. He recruited a handful of other students to help, and they called it Operation Big Rick. And it happened, and everyone was waiting anxiously for this big reveal, because on all the projectors, he said there was an important announcement coming, and then there was like a timer counting down from 5 minutes. And then once it got to 0, this video of the music video played. And the reason he actually didn't get in trouble for this prank, he actually got praised by the school district, is because he ended up telling the district exactly how he hacked into their system. And because of that, the district decided not to press charges. And like I said, the director of technology actually thanked him for finding a flaw in their system.
Hey, come clean.
But pretty darn cool, the fact that he was able to figure out how to do that at I don't know, 16, 17 years old. Actually, he started back years ago, he said. He's a smart kid. He'll figure something out. Maybe he'll be a professional hacker. they exist. They definitely exist. Oh,
or at least a professional person to prevent hacking.
Well, yes, but they try to hack into the system to show a company what's wrong with their system. Yes, exactly, to prevent it in the future. I found an article that says apparently your cuddling style says a lot about your relationship. So researchers say that not only can your preferred cuddling position reveal how you feel about each other, but there's also many health benefits that come along with a good cuddling session as well. So I want you to think about how you sleep at night with your significant other. This is not just like cuddling on the couch, but how you would go to bed. If you go to bed in the spooning position, it means that both of you see eye to eye. And it seems like you enjoy the same things. You're on the same page with each other. And a lot of people sleep like that. I got to find my sleeping position because I have a feeling it's not good. Because I'm not a big cuddler at night. Like, I want my own space to sleep. I don't
like my
enjoy.
wife. Yeah.
I'll cuddle any other time of the day, but when I'm going to sleep, like you're here and I'm over here and I want to be.
You want Colin as far away from you as possible, right?
I want him in the same bed. Yes.
Right. I think that's the guess.
Yep, exactly. If you sleep back to back, it's a reflective of a mutual respect for each other. So maybe